Okay, today we are going to work backwards. So what I showed you last time is you guys were solving quadratic equations by factoring. So you're using some factoring method like difference of squares, there might have been GCF, you might have done a guess and check, slide divide bottoms up. PSTs are also perfect square trinomials. But now we're going to start with the solutions. As you can see, I've got two solutions, and we're going to roll it back into a quadratic equation and end up setting it equal to 0 by getting it into standard form. So don't make this harder than it actually is. Many of you don't practice this, and then you're a little bit confused on the process. So if I start out with x equals -6 and x equals 3, those were my answers from solving a quadratic equation. I need to put those back into the factors that I solved them from. So when I roll them back in, the signs are going to turn opposite. So I'm going to put this back into an x plus 6 factor. I'm going to do another parenthesis, and I'm going to roll this one back into an x minus 3. So if we were going forward, we would set each of those equal to 0, x plus equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0, and we would solve for x. But we're going the other way. So now I've got to FOIL. I am going to go ahead right now and set this equal to 0 and just kind of carry that down with me the whole time because I am writing an equation. So I've got to have the equal sign, and I do want it in standard form. So as I FOIL, this is where you take and you distribute x times x, and then x times -3, and then 6 times x, and 6 times -3. So x times x is x squared, and then minus 3x. Then I go enter, so 6x minus 18. Now I just have to simplify it a little bit. So I've got some like terms right here. So you want to combine those. And there's my quadratic equation. That is my answer. So if I were to solve this by factoring, I would factor, guess and check, get back to this, then I would set each of these equal to 0, and I'd be back at my answer. Okay, we're just going the opposite way. Okay, now we've got the second one here. It's got a couple fractions. Now when I go to set up my factors, I kind of want to get rid of the look of the fractions because it does say with integer coefficients up in the directions. So they don't want any fractions left over. So as I approach my parentheses here, it's kind of like the bottoms up part of the slide divide bottoms up factoring. That bottom, that denominator, instead of just an x, when I write this, I'm going to write a 2x. And then I want to make sure I go opposite, because remember we did opposites over here. We still want to do opposites, so this would be plus 3. And then on the second one, I would take the bottom up, so it would be a 2x. And then this one would also be plus. So those would be my factors. Now I'm going to FOIL. So again, let me link these for you when I FOIL. So I'm going to do 2x times 2x, and then 2x times 5, 3 times 2x, and 3 times 5. And then I need to simplify. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times 5, 10x. 3 times 2x is 6x. And 3 times 5 is 15. So once again, I've got some like terms in the middle there. So I've got to combine those. I don't have any fractions left over. I took care of that up at the beginning. So I've got all integers, and I've got it in standard form. So that's our answer. So revisit this if you need to practice before your exit ticket, because this is not a hard process, but you guys just have to practice to remember what to do. Have a great night.